and everything. Like, I don't mind, I never ask people for anything. You know what I'm saying? I work hard. I work hard for my shit. You know what I'm saying? I work hard for my money, bro. So I don't be asking girls for anything, and I don't, you know, I just, it's cool. You don't have to give me anything because I don't even ask for. I don't even ask for it. But I'm not gonna have people playing in my face and disrespecting me. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit is, I don't. That's uncalled for. You know what I'm saying? I know females like to whatever you call it, test you or whatever. But I just, I don't like. I don't want to play that game. That's why I stay to myself. You know what I mean? I stay to myself, and I'd rather stay like that. I'd rather stay to myself. I'd rather stay by myself. You know what I'm saying? I just don't like people playing in my face. You know what I'm saying? And disrespecting me and playing games and all that shit. Like, that's a no. You know what I mean? That's a no. Don't do that. You know? That's all. I ain't gotta. I could still be your friend. You know what I mean? I could still be your whatever. Somebody that you're somebody that makes you feel hopeful and energetic or whatever. Because I know I do that to a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? When I get around a lot of people, bro, they start acting like me and walking like me and moving like me and all kinds of shit. You know what I'm saying? I notice it. I get it. You know what I mean? I'm a likable person. But do I trust everybody and am I friends with everybody? Hell no. You know what I'm saying? Hell no. I am not friends with everybody. I don't trust everybody. I was not born yesterday. You know what I'm saying? I was not born yesterday. I'm 40 years old. I made it this far by not trusting people. I've been out of a relationship for years now. You know what I mean? The last time I was in a relationship was 2016 is when I left. I had enough. And I had my own place. You know what I'm saying? I had my own space. I had my own place. And I had her, she talked me into moving with her. When I had my own fucking spot. You know what I'm saying? I had a 2-bedroom apartment. She talked me into moving with her. And I gave all my stuff away and moved in with her and stayed with her for a year, and that was the worst decision I ever made. That was the worst decision I ever made. You know what I'm saying? Because I was doing good by myself. And this is just stuff that I'm getting off my chest. I'm not mad or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm really not even mad. I'm just simply saying that I had my own, I had my own spot, bro. That's what I'm trying to tell the younger people, man. Don't get up under no female, bro. People that get up under females, it's because they weak or they might be in love. You know what I mean? They might be in love or whatever. That's cool. But, if a girl start treating you any type of way, you know what I'm saying, then it's time to go. And that's just self-respect. You know what I'm saying? That's self-respect. That has nothing to do with, oh, well, we got this together, we got that, and da-da-da, or you feel bad, you don't want to leave her, you know what I mean? Because you feel bad because she did all this shit for you and helped you out, you know what I mean? But I always been a hustler, bro. I ain't never asked no female for no help, bro. I always been able to go get it on my own. You know what I'm saying? I always been able to go get it on my own, bro. I ain't never had that, bro. When I had a truck, I go out scrapping and make money every day. Every day I go out scrapping, like $200-$300 every single day. I come home with money. You know what I'm saying? So I know how to hunt. I've been known how to hunt. I ain't no rookie. I've been known how to hunt, man. You know what I mean? Dudes don't even really know how to hunt. You know what I'm saying? They hunch over a female. They use a woman for a crutch. They use a female for a crutch. And that's cool. If you want to do that, that's cool. I ain't knocking, but I'm just simply saying that. If we ain't seeing eye to eye and I'm putting up with bullshit and disrespect and you know what I mean, and too much jealousy and all that going on, I'm getting away from it. You know what I mean? I'm getting away from it. I'm not sticking around. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, all right, enough is enough. I'm out. You know what I'm saying? That's the smartest thing to do. Dudes be sticking around these females. These females be going out cheating on them because they feel like they owe them something. They feel bad because this person helped them out, whatever. But you know what I mean. But then but then she cheating on you and bringing you all kind of stuff. You know what I mean? You putting up with that, but then you go back to cheating on her. I ain't playing that game, bro. I'm not playing that game where I'm gonna be cheating and doing all the worldly stuff. I want a female that don't cheat. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't cheat. You know what I mean? I don't have other girls. If I got one female, then that's all I need. You know what I'm saying? I'm good with that. I'm good with one female. I'm not one of these dudes that need to be messing with all these females, especially when dudes get a lot of money. They're gonna feel bad and keep their old lady because they mess around with other females. That's their prerogative. But I'm talking about me. I need one female. You know what I mean? That's all I need is one solid joint that, you know what I mean, that's I know got my back and I got her back. And you know what I mean, and I pray to God that she don't be, you know, I pray to God that she don't be you know, just doing shit that females usually do, like gossiping, talking to other guys about you, making them jealous. You know what I'm saying? It's just a lot of shit that these dudes don't even know about females. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not really bad-mouthing females. I'm not really bad-mouthing them because I love them. But, you know what I'm saying? At the same time, it's like, man, I got to respect myself. I got to respect myself, man. You know how long it took me to overcome a lot of stuff, man? Because I didn't respect myself. Because I didn't respect myself. Because I didn't walk away. I didn't walk away when I kept seeing all the red flags. I kept seeing all the red flags. I kept being hurt. Kept being trampled on with my heart. You know what I'm saying? And I kept feeling all that pain and you know what I mean, inside. And I didn't walk away. I didn't respect myself. I didn't respect myself. So now I respect myself enough to say, you know what? Okay. Whatever you want to do with anybody else, go do it. You don't have to worry about me being around. You know what I mean? And that's the best thing you could ever do, man. That's the best thing you could ever do. This ain't about being soft. This ain't about being none of that. It's about respecting yourself, bro. You know what I'm saying? I don't hate females, bro. I love females. You know, and if you look at my record, I had a domestic violence dispute. Yeah, because I'm trying to leave out the house. You know what I'm saying? This was years ago. This was years, man. I'm trying to leave out the house. You know what I'm saying? And she come clawing me on the back of my head and the back of my face right here. I had whelps and scrapes all right here on my face. You know what I mean? So I just turned around with an open hand and mushed her back. That was my reaction because she was acting crazy, punching me in the back of my head and shit. You know what I'm saying? Acting like a damn heathen. For you know what I mean? Because I didn't want to argue and because you were making me feel like you didn't want me at the house. But you had me leave my house. I brought you something to eat. You know what I'm saying? And then I came over there and you had me leave my crib, but got you something to eat. I come over there. Then you started tripping. Like you was on the phone with somebody else or you wanted some other company. So I'm like, look, I'm not even finna be going through all this. If that's what you want to do, fine. I'm going to go home and I'm going to sleep peacefully. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't need to worry about what somebody else is doing, bro. You know what I'm saying? If that's what you want to do, if you come over there, you bring me over there to attack me, you know what I'm saying? Just so that I could leave, just so that you can make me leave and just instead of just saying, babe, I don't want no company tonight, or you know what I mean, I'm having company tonight or something like that. Then you know what I'm saying, that's cool. Whatever, you know what I mean? But you pick a fight with me and claw me up and scratch me all up and stuff because you know what I mean, because you wanted your way. There wasn't no need for all that. And that's just that was it. This was in what, man? This was in 2013, 2014, something like that. This was 10, 11 years ago. That's the last time I've been in a relationship was 2016. That's the last time I've been in a relationship. And I was with that girl for about 7, 8 years. You know what I'm saying? So, Nah, we was together about 6 years. Well, we split apart for a year and got back together. You know, so she moved on, I moved on. That was a long time ago. You know? And that's what happened. But when I turned around and I mushed her off me, you know what I mean? I mushed her off me with an open hand and busted her lip a little bit. You know what I'm saying? That was my reaction of her getting up off me. You know what I'm saying? I mean, getting her up off me. You know, that I didn't like turn around and ball up my face and punch her. You know what I mean? I just with an open hand and my palm. You know what I mean? Popped her in the lip a little bit. But that's not. But in court they look at that. You know what I mean? They look at that as, to me, the domestic dispute because I'm a little bigger, and you know what I mean, I'm bigger and I'm a guy. You know what I mean, and I'm stronger. You know what I'm saying? So they look at that as domestic violence. You know, but I ain't no freaking woman beater, bruh. I ain't no woman beater. You know what I'm saying? So I don't even have to explain myself to nobody, bro. But, you know, that's something that was on my record. You know what I'm saying? And if people look on my record, they see that a long, long time ago. You know what I mean? I don't put my hands on females. You know? I don't put my hands on females. That one time where I was trying to get away, you know what I mean? I'm trying to get away, yeah. I'm trying to get away, and I'm already down the steps, opening the door, and you're punching me in the back of my head and shit. Punching me in the back of my fucking head. Come on, man. You tripping. Crawling, you know what I mean? Clawing me and clawing my face all up and all that shit. People gonna believe what they want to believe, but they weren't even near. This is just people that like to talk. You know what I'm saying? People just like to fucking talk about shit they have no facts about. They don't know nothing about, bro. You know what I mean? But you kept going around, you know, you kept going around with other guys, going on dates and all this shit, probably having sex too. You know what I'm saying? I ain't stupid. But then you want to come home to me. No, you can't. That's disgusting. I'm not doing that, bro. I'm not sharing nobody, bro. I'm not sharing nobody, bro. I'm not doing it. I respect myself enough that I don't need it. If I have to play that game to where we sharing a girl and all this stuff, man, look, I don't need it that much. You know what I mean? Y'all got that. Y'all won. You know what I mean? I don't need that. I don't need it. I'm good. You know what I'm saying? I'm good, bro. It's me and God over here, bro. It's me and God. I'm good, bro. Trust me. You know what I mean? I don't need to be doing that, bro. That's disgusting to me, bro. If you think about it, that's disgusting. It's disgusting, bro. It's disgusting, man. Think about it, bro. That shit is disgusting as hell, having freaking messing around with all them, you know what I mean? Messing around with well, if she's doing it, I'm going to do it. No, I'm just going to be the bigger person and leave the whole situation. You know, that's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to be doing that tit for tat stupid shit. You know, going, she's messing with 3 or 4 guys. I'm going to go mess with 3 or 4 girls. No, man, no. I'd rather just be alone and stay true to myself. I'd rather just stay true to myself, man. You know what I mean? I'd rather stay true to myself. Because there ain't nothing I can do, you know what I mean, to please her, to keep her. If she wants to leave and go off and do whatever, if she found something bigger and better, whatever, go for it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not finna be sitting around being depressed, sad, none of that. You know what I mean? I'm not finna be, I'm not finna be degrading myself, bro. I'm not gonna be degrading myself. I'm gonna respect myself and just move forward. Yes, it hurts. Yeah, I might even shed a tear. You know what I mean? But I'm out. And I get over it. You know what I mean? I get over it like I always do with stuff. I always get over it. You know what I mean? And that's what I did. You know, that's what I did. And there ain't nothing wrong. And there's people right now that's going through the same thing. I bet you they going through the same thing. They female probably disrespecting them and cheating on them and doing all kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? And I bet you they still putting up with it because they ain't got nowhere, because they don't believe in themselves enough to walk away. You know what I'm saying? Or they got jacked up, they got messed up, or they got stuck underneath a female. You know what I'm saying? That's the worst thing you could do, is get stuck up underneath a female. You know, you're supposed to have your own, you know, and I've always had my own. I've always had my own spot. Even there's times where I had to stay rooms, you know what I'm saying? I had to stay rooms, in a couple different rooms and stuff, you know what I mean? I still had my own place to go. You know what I'm saying? If you know, me and her wasn't getting along or something like that, you know what I'm saying? I would still have somewhere to go. You know what I mean? I would have my own place to go, and I could chill and be peaceful to myself. And I ain't got to worry about nobody battling their demons. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to worry about that. I don't have to worry about somebody battling their demons, and I'm cool chilling because I'm a light person. I'm a light worker, bro. I'm a light worker, bro. I'm not. I done fought off all them demons and stuff. So I can sense and I can tell when people haven't fought their demons and stuff yet. I know we all get upset. We all cuss and, you know, we all get upset and you know, every now and then get a little upset and angry and stuff. But I'm talking about actually battling them demons that you got. Because people be having deep demons in them. You know what I'm saying? And then, and you know, they want to lash out at you and stuff. You know? And I ain't that, I'm not no, you know what I mean? I'm not no demonic person. You know what I'm saying? I talk about God and stuff, man. I cuss a little bit, yeah. I gotta watch my mouth. I'm trying to, but you know, I'm working on that. You know, I'm working on that. None of us, I'm not out here doing nothing crazy. You know what I mean? I'm not out here doing nothing crazy. Like, you know, I'm not doing nothing crazy. You know what I'm saying? I'm just out here, you know, working every day. A hard working ass dude out here busting my ass. That's it. You know, that's what I'm doing. You know what I mean? So don't judge me without actually knowing what, you know what I mean? Because that makes you look like a straight fool. And then you somebody that you might be a cool dude in the end, but I don't even want to fool with you because, you know what I mean? I don't even want to fool with you, bro. Because you know what I mean? You got sometimes people got that agenda on them. You know what I mean? They got that agenda on them where they want to act like these females and talk down on dudes and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because you know, because that's what the female, that's what's cool. That's what's cool nowadays. And no, it ain't. I'm all about, you know what I mean? I'm all about, you know, I'm all about respecting people's boundaries. You know what I'm saying? And I'm all about respecting people's boundaries and stuff. You know what I'm saying? You ain't never heard me say, "Oh, Jay was messing with my girl." Da 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 da. Nah, you ain't never heard me. You will never hear nothing like that. Cause I'm, you know, I get it, and it don't make me green or nothing like that. But that just ain't that ain't my style. That ain't my style to do stuff like that. You know what I mean? I'm more trustworthy, bro. And I'm a more trustworthy person. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trustworthy all around, bro. You know? You might call me crusty, dusty, whatever, but I'm still trustworthy. You know what I'm saying? I'm a still trustworthy person, bro. To God, I mean a lot to God. You know what I mean? I might not mean nothing to you, and that's cool. You know what I'm saying? But I mean a lot to God, bro. You know what I mean? Because God knows my heart more than anybody, bro. More than anybody can sit here and judge me and blah blah blah. God knows my heart more than anybody, bro. Cause he knows how I am, and he knows the stuff I've been through and what I went through with people. You know what I mean? You don't even live with these people. You don't know nothing about nothing. You just yapping off and just trying to look cool. You know what I mean? Because you've seen a little opportunity to voice your opinion, which that's cool. I ain't knocking you one bit, but you know, I'm just saying. Don't judge a book by its cover, bro, because I've really been through a lot of shit. I've really been through a lot of stuff, bro, and I'm still a good person, bro. I ain't let none of it change me whatsoever, bro. You know what I'm saying? I fought back and fought back and fought back and fought back to become better. You know what I mean? When I got hit with so much attacks, bro. Demonic attacks. You know what I'm saying? All kinds of attacks, bro. I got hit with, bro. Attacks. You know what I'm saying? And I still prevailed, bro. I still prevailed. You know what I'm saying? I still prevailed, and that's what matters. You know what I'm saying? So you can't. And I still got a sharp brain, bro. I still got a sharp mind, bro. You know what I mean? You ain't really been through what I've been through. You know what I'm saying? Y'all, you know, especially if you're not dependent on God and you dependent on the female, you ain't really going, because the female you're gonna have that crutch on the female. But when you depend on God, it's different. God's gonna break that spirit completely down. You know what I'm saying? God's gonna break that spirit completely down, and it ain't about humbling you. It's about, you know, transformation from the inner. You know what I mean? Transformation from the inner. When that breaks your spirit down, it almost makes you want to cry. You know what I mean? It's like, man, bro, why do I gotta go through this, man? Like, you know what I mean? That's how I felt like sometimes, bro, when I was out here working long hours and stuff, bro. It was like, you know what I mean? That's how I felt, bro. It breaks your spirit down, bro. But if you don't give up, you know what I mean? It'll turn you into something beautiful. So, you know what I mean? It's okay to be you. Too many people trying to fit in because it's easier to do. It's much easier to do the easy stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's much easier, bro. It makes you feel better because it hurts, bro. All the stuff that you got to endure. You know what I'm saying? When people don't even acknowledge what you've been through. You know what I'm saying? So they automatically judge, bro. And that right there even hurts too. You know what I mean? That hurts too, but at the same time, you know what I'm saying? It's like, bro, I gotta keep rolling, man. I'm doing this for God, bro. You know what I mean? I'm doing this for God. I'm doing this for the people that, you know, are coming up, and they, you know, I'm trying to tell them, man, look, listen to yourself. You know what I mean? Yeah, get your money, bro. Get your money and focus on yourself. You know, if you find somebody that's a good person and she's not sneaky and conniving and disrespectful and stuff, then keep her. You know what I'm saying? And if she treats you really good, bro, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with her. You know what I mean? There's nothing wrong. Don't listen to no hater. Don't listen to no jealous person, jealous friends trying to say, oh, she ain't good for you and blah, 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 blah. If she treats you good and you know that behind closed doors, and you can't, you know what I mean? You can distinguish that, you know what I'm saying, from how she treats you versus what somebody's saying. You know what I mean? Looking from the outside, looking in, then don't listen to them. You know what I'm saying? But that's all I'm going to say, man. Y'all have a blessed night.